Aho Matakiasen. I guess I should say Aho Wankantonkan. This is actually a journal entry. One of my meditation walk journal ramblings, which is between me and spirit. I never intended anybody to be watching these, so if you're watching it, well, I hope you get something from it. If it's not for you, we'll scroll on. Hakuna Matata, no worries. I do this for myself. And one of the things I know to be true is the more we know ourselves, have understanding, peace, and compassion with ourselves, the more that we can give it to others. And yeah, so my thoughts this morning have really been going around making sure that all of us brothers and sisters, we have our affairs in order, so to speak. It's a beautiful grandmother sister of ours from our grandmother circle who actually put this book together. And it's got every link that you could possibly imagine in it. A deep understanding of how to have these difficult conversations with each other. And a reminder, this is my reminder, a reminder that even if you're not thinking about death, which most of us are at some point in time, we're thinking about death. We're thinking about making our transition. We're thinking about graduating off of this university, or however you want to phrase it. But it can happen at any moment, at any time. We never really truly know. Either for ourselves or any one of our loved ones, something can happen at any moment. We can graduate. When Great Spirit is complete with this form of itself, as me, as you, as a tree, as a bird, when it's complete, it's complete. One of those things that I learned in India from one of the veterinarians when I was working in Lucknow, he says, only God can take life. And this is very true. When God's complete with this expression, it's going to take its life. Whether we try to do it or not. It's very interesting. So, we've all heard about these miraculous stories about I should have been dead, or I crossed over and they said, you're not done yet, go back. And I'm not sure where I'm going with this. There are many of us who are like trying to like, we're done. I want to graduate. I want to get out of here, you know? And then there's those of us who are like, no, just one more day, one more breath, one more day. I really, really enjoy it here. Or there can be, I am enjoying the fuck out of this as much as I possibly can. And when we're complete, we're complete. When we're done, we're done. There are those of us that are not scared of death. And there are those of us who are terrified because we don't know what's going to take place. We don't have that understanding. No matter who we are or how we think about things, there's only one thing that is absolutely promised in this world. One thing that is absolutely promised. We're going to die. we are going to make a transition. We can either resist it and create a whole lot of suffering, or we can say, okay, and think of it as an adventure. Like, oh, let's check this out. Let's see what's going to happen, right? And those of us that are still here, yes, it can be sad and we can grieve because that person is not here in the tangible experience. They're not here physically. And yes, let us grieve. Absolutely. But then let's also celebrate because we got to experience. We got the joy, the honor, the blessing, the beautiful experience of experiencing that life. And what more can we experience? Who else can we enjoy their presence on this world? So sometimes it's this shifting of our perspective. But no matter what, get that book. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of the book off the top of my head. I'll share it in the description. But get that book. Don't pretend like death is never going to happen. Oh, I don't want to think about it. It's a fear. Oh my gosh, jump into that lion cave and face that fear of, what do I want my funeral to look like? How do I want my graduation to feel? Not necessarily look like. Got to let go of the outcome. But how do I want it to feel? What am I hanging on to that I could release and let go? What a part of my material things? Who do I want to receive my material things? Get those things in order. If you have somebody that you are caring for, get those, find those people, get those organizations, whatever it may be. How are they going to carry on? If you cross the road tomorrow and a bus hits you, do you have the affairs in order for that person to be cared for, to live in a dignified and respectful way? Get those affairs in order. Find those organizations. Get that stuff down written on paper. Go ahead and give those gifts that I want to hang on to this until the day I die. Okay, great. But make sure you have an address and all the affairs in order for the people who are going to be taking care of things when you make your graduation, when you make your transition, when you die. Okay? We're so scared of that word. He died. Well, let's face those fears. Let's face them. Because what we think about and what we are afraid of, it's going to come to pass. No matter what that may be. Well, right now, right here, right now, we're talking about death. We're talking about making our transition. So face it. Breathe into it. I'm not saying that you're going to die today. I'm not saying that you're going to die tomorrow. I'm not even saying you're going to die next week. It's possible. But feel into it. I remember doing that many, many moons ago in my practitioner class. They said, we want you to write your eulogy. Write your eulogy. How do you want your funeral to play out? Do you want it to be a celebration? Do you want, what do you want it to be? Who do you want to receive things? If you're not able to speak, who do you want taking care of your affairs? Do they know what your affairs are? Do they know that maybe you do not want to be resuscitated, or you don't want any life-preserving things, or, whatever it may be. Get all of that laid out. Come to peace with it inside of yourself and then share it with your loved ones. And it's as simple as, I'm not saying I'm going to die today, or I'm going to die tomorrow, or I'm going to die next week, or that I'm thinking about suicide or anything like that. But I want to make sure that everything is laid out. All the things are in order, so that when I make my transition, it's not so hard on you making those decisions. The fights may not happen. There may be still fights, but the fights may not happen. But these are my wishes. These are what I want laid out. And I remember my dad sharing once, I want to give you the money now so I can watch you. Or I want to give you these items now so you can, and so I can just see the joy on your face of receiving it, and that you get to experience it, and I get to watch you experiencing it. Of course, my thoughts with my biological parents were, I don't want your money. You earned it. I want you to go out and spend it. He was like, oh, I need to put this amount of money into this account and this account and this account. I want to make sure that, everybody gets their piece, and, da, 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 and I'm going to live on this amount. And I was like, no, I want you to keep it all, and I want you to go do those things that you really wanted to do, and enjoy it. This is the money that we could argue that back and forth. But basically what I'm sharing is, don't have the woulda, coulda, shouldas at the very last minute and you're trying to figure it out. I think it's very honorable, very, very honorable, that at least the person I am with has enough awareness and is doing her best and is keeping going to get all of these things in order. But the sad part is she is in so much pain, and there's really not that much quality of life. And it's difficult to witness, and going, gosh, just let it go, let it go, let it go, But those are my thoughts. Those are not her thoughts. Those are not her wishes. And so honoring her wishes to the best of our ability at this point in time. But it does have me really, really digging deep down in. And number one, taking a look at the mirror for myself. Number two, taking a look at the mirror for all of us as a collective, going, hello. And three, going, wow, how can we make this easier on all of us? On all of us. And one of the things that I believe that our society has, we don't want to talk about this, we don't want to talk about that, we don't want to talk about this, and we don't want to talk about that. But those are the exact conversations that we really need to be having. And in a way that everybody's voices are heard and everybody's hearts are shared. Our hearts are heard and our hearts are shared. And I cannot say enough about talking circles. Yes, the Native American talking circles are priceless. In their true form, they are absolutely priceless. And this is how they were able to hear each other's voices, honor each other's hearts, and share these deep, hard feelings, and keep going around that talking circle until they came to that place of peace, respect, dignity, and freedom for everyone. They didn't run from the topics. They didn't run from the conversations. They heard and listened to each other and shared their thoughts, not training off of everybody else's thoughts. Because a true heart share, a true talking circle is sharing what's on your heart. Not about getting validation, not about being, recognized or anything like that. This is what I'm feeling. And once you can face that and feel that and share that, whoosh, everything else melts. It's beautiful. So, I guess what I'm sharing is don't run from the topic of death, because it can happen at any moment, at any day, to anyone. We are honored and blessed by being on this earth and taking another breath. So make every breath count. Every breath count. So here's to every breath counting. Here's to making every day a good day to live and every day a great day to die. Loving y'all. Loving you, Spirit. Thank you.